Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome back to yet another Crusader Kings 3 video. You join me here on the title screen. I'm going to try a new layout here for the Crusader Kings Let's Play. In today's episode, I've got a list of things on the trusty pen and paper that we want to try and complete in the video. And if we do, then I will class this video as a success and helping us move in the right direction in the series. So first of all, off the top of my head, I remember that we need to finish our cultural learning focus, which is so we have the ability to increase our crown authority to high, which basically means vassals and such cannot split from the domain once a ruler passes and the realm goes into the heir's hand. Second, we want to then enact the high crown authority, making sure that we don't just know what it is, but we can get it done, get it happening in the Kingdom of Ireland. Number 3, potentially look to conquer some lands in the British Isles, whether that's a bit of Scotland or a bit of Wales. We'll have a look at that in the video. And then also develop our own strongholds by upgrading buildings and building new holdings. Such will help our income and our strength grow. And lastly, the only other requirement is that I hope you enjoy the video. We're taking a little bit of a different format, like I've already said, but yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy. And this video is going to take a little bit longer production wise, but we're going to do this for the next week at least to see if it works. This is not just only going to be on Crusader Kings 3, but also on Europa Universalis 4. And if you do like the video, please do drop a like down below, subscribe, share it to your friends, and check out the links in the description. But without any further ado, guys, enjoy the video. Well, thank you, Luke from the future. This is a bit of a weird one. I did that post-recording, and I hope that I did all of that stuff that I mentioned at the end of the video. But anyway, guys, gals, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, my name's Liquid Hotshot. We do grand strategy games here on the channel, and I hope you stick around for the ride. We are growing quite well, but I'm looking to improve my content, and we're going to do a test period of a week here. And if everything goes well, and I feel as though there's improvement in production quality and end result quality, then I think it may stay that way for the foreseeable future. But without any further ado, the first thing we want to look at is our culture. So we will be learning the royal prerogative in about 7 months' time. Now, our ruler is 66. He is feeling fine. A very strong learner. He's got 42 learning. Probably the wisest man on the planet at the current moment in time. We will get a message when he's 1 year away from death, and we haven't got that. So basically, we have high crown authority in the bag. Now, I don't know exactly how much high crown authority is. 105 prestige. Well, I mean, because, so yeah, we're doing well. I'm just trying to re-put myself inside CK3. I haven't played it for maybe a week and a half now, because I put myself so far in front of recording for moving my setup, and my setup got moved not the Sunday just gone, it's currently Sunday now, so not a week ago, 2 weeks ago now it got changed, which is kind of mad to think about in fairness, but hey ho. So I can declare war on the Queen of Scotland. So we can seize the Kingdom of Ulster. They are similar, but I don't know whether or not I would be able to, because she's already in prison. Would I just be able to enforce my demands straight away? Who are your allies? Meath and Herefordshire. So you're here, and then Meath is where? You're friends with one of my dukes. Okay, well, that's a shame. So I don't think we'll go to war in today's episode. And if you guys are new to CK3, welcome along, so am I. Obviously, it's only been out now for, as of this video going up, 23 days. And I know that off the top of my head, you're probably thinking like, Hotshot, how do you know that? Well, I uploaded my very first video on the 1st, and it is currently the 20th, so 20 episodes have already gone up. And by the time this one goes up, it will be the 23rd, so I'm recording this 3 days ahead of time. So, I do believe future Luke would have said, start to level up your domain. Now, if you guys don't know what your domain is, it's these little villages, towns that you own across your, whether you're a dukedom, or an earldom, or a kingdom, all the domes, you have blue text. So if you zoom out, you can't see it, and I've currently got this on the Realms map mode, because this is our realm. We are the King of Ireland, and we have vassals underneath us who own their own chunks of land. But if you zoom in a little further, so you can't see the England, Ireland, Alba, stuff like that, then you get, all of that gets stripped away, and you can see the little shields here of the earldoms. So the Duchy of Meath, Duchy of Munster, the Earldom of Alec, and the Earldom of Beneath. So these guys are all beneath us, okay? But the little towns with the blue text here on the ribbon are towns that you directly own. So that's how you get most of your income, and that's also where your levies come from, the majority of them. Okay, so whenever you're not at war and you've got a bit of spare wonga, go ahead and invest in these, because if you invest in these, then it's going to help you personally become stronger. And some of your vassals might be strong depending on how much land they have and such. So because of that, we're going to upgrade some stuff. So here we are, hunting grounds. We can get level 2 hunting grounds. So currently, this is giving us 0.2 tax a month, a +2 defender advantage to knights, as well as light cavalry damage and pursuit in our entire realm. Okay, if we were to upgrade it to the hound pens instead of just the hunting lodges, the tax goes up double the amount, so to 0.4 per month, a +4 defender advantage for knights, an additional 75 men in our levies, and then extra light cavalry damage, toughness, pursuit and screening, as well as skirmisher pursuit +2%. And like I say, it's always worthwhile upgrading. So we get a bit more tax and levies if we were to upgrade the hunting grounds here, and it gives you a brief overview of what specifically that holding itself gives you. Okay, so Loch Garman at the minute gives us 1.2 tax per month, as well as 558 men to our disposal if we needed to raise them. Our capital of Ireland is currently making 2.5 gold a month in taxes and 552 levies. We can't currently upgrade anything here because we are already upgrading the hide tents to the camp cooks, and this gives us extra supply limit in the county, as well as 75 additional levies and some extra damage and stuff for skirmishers and archers. And then we come up here to our final domain, Dundiogan. We are currently constructing hill farms, which gives us a nice flat 0.3 tax a month. So the only thing we can do at the minute is invest in our hunting lodges. So you should do that. Now, it's always important in CK3 to pass time. Okay, you can't make any progress in life if no time goes by. It's a very simple thing. Okay, the more time passes, the more income you get, the more prestige you get, and the more powerful you hope to become. Hearts and Minds, we've got an event here. My son Damal has lately been telling me how impressed he is with the generosity of my wife. Apparently, she came through for him when he needed the most. Perhaps I have been underestimating her. I lose stress that I never even had. Yet another event. The peasants in the Earldom of Leinster are in a good mood. The harvest is bountiful, the roads are safe, and the village elders are telling nonsensical stories of cows producing honey-laden milk and geese laying golden eggs. Peasants are praising me for their fortune and have sent a delegation carrying gifts. I graciously accept their gifts for 40 gold. Intriguing, send soldiers to collect more gifts. So we get 20 dread, 145 gold. Control goes down a lot, so that's not worthwhile. Or, no, they need their serp. Whereabouts are you? Oh, you're here. And how exactly is growth doing? Development. Monthly growth is 0.4, so that would go up to 0.44. So I don't think it's really worth it. So I'll just graciously accept their gift. And it's always worthwhile as well, guys, to make sure you're reading through your events, making sure you're not missing anything. It's always better. I've swayed him, so he likes me a bit. Are you good at anything? You good at diplomacy as well as stewardship? Well, you're better than my heir. Oh, but he's better at it. I'll assign him to it, yes. So he's not a fan of us now. So you can always utilize the sway scheme. Because the fundamental fact that you have is if powerful vassals are not a fan of you, then stuff can go wrong. Like my heir, he's not a fan of me. He's not my son. But unfortunately, that's just something we're going to have to deal with. Okay, so because I took him off the council, he's just created a Liberty faction. So you can see your factions over here on your right screen. You can use F7 as a shortcut if you wish, if that's your cup of tea. They are too weak to send an ultimatum. It is only the Duke, but we're going to try and sway him. Or can we like right click and tell it? No, that's disinherit denounce. So what you want to do is just make sure you're not having any factions or anything as well that try and threaten your power, as for example a King of Ireland. We are going to continue to sway him. He's already been swayed. If you see there, he's been swayed 4 times. Plus 25 opinion positively when you sway them. So you got a total of plus 100 opinion of us. And there we go. So the first thing we have done, cultural fascination. We now know what the royal prerogative is. We can now enact high crown authority, which is unbelievably good to try and keep your kingdom together. So hereditary rule. Let's have a look here. We don't want partition because then that will split the realm. Coinage unlocks coinage rights, feudal contract, and development growth plus 10. Counties now reach the maximum existing development penalty at 35 development. Okay. And then is there anything else? Battlements unlocks all early medieval fortification buildings. Or horseshoes, movement speed. Yeah, we'll work on movement speed. Take about 14 years. I don't think my guy will last 14 years, if I'm being honest. But working towards something like that is always key. So we got an event here. It looked like it would be a tedious evening once the feast's entertainment was over. But High Queen, my wife, saved the day by suggesting a reading from those. I also love that one. Okay, I think she might be trying to love me. I think she's trying to love me. Ah! So, I've totally forgot. I should enact High Crown Authority. That's part of what I want to do. So, vassals in my own realm can't declare a war on each other. So, that's just the best. They can't wage war against each other. Rulers can change between all available succession laws. More tax and levy contributions. They don't like me for a bit, but if they're fans of me, you should be relatively okay. So we're going to go ahead and pass that. Only cost us 105 prestige. That's very, very, very cheap for us. So now we're going to go ahead and look at the succession law. So at the minute, it's Confederate partition. So all children inherit equally, right? And it's a male preference, okay? So if we go ahead and try and change this. This primogenitor is the best one. But unfortunately, we're quite a way away from primogenitor. You got to play until at least like the 1300s, I do believe, up until you get that. Now, it is Confederate partition, so my titles will be divided equally. So I should do high partition, because the lion's share, so the majority, basically, of your titles will go to the heir, and then the rest will be divided between my children. We should probably enact that, but we don't know what heraldry is, because we're not in the high medieval era, which is a shame. So we just got to be patient with your succession laws. Parts of your domain may split during CK3, but not to worry. Always try and bounce back from them. It happened to me. I was the heir to my dad's kingdom. It split up, and then I got really lucky. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are the King of Ireland. So just be patient. So we've got ourselves a new learning perk here. Radiant. Level of devotion, which is... it measures how virtuous and devout they are. Level of devotion impact. So that's basically your opinion. People's opinion of you dependent on how much piety you have. Progress speed for faith. Monthly piety per night. So we'll go radiant, so people like us because we are a paragon of virtue. People love us because of that, and people will love us even more. So we got an event here. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not know who, someone is plotting to kill my son. We must stop the villain behind this. We're still very similar in the amount of troops we have. Active election. I am electing going for my son as the heir, and as you can see, so this is for the Kingdom of Ireland. So if this goes through, as you can see, the majority of people are voting for this guy. So if we sway him, he's probably more... if we sway our actual heir, he's more likely to vote for us. And the more positive people have an opinion of you, the more likely they have. Okay, so we've got a new event here. A new translation. More than anything, my quest to be a learned man is teaching me how much I do not yet know. What more? There must be so much knowledge that has been lost to the ages as books fall apart or languages are forgotten. Perhaps I could contribute by making a new translation of one of the classic works. Although, what would I even translate? So, the secret of secrets bestowed to Alexander. So I get an extra learning for a bit whilst I'm translating that. Oh, this sounds too hard. I don't think I've got any stress. Let's have a look. Yeah, no stress. Your stress bar is here in the bottom left, just above your character's figurehead, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess we can do this. We might gain a lifestyle perk, a learning lifestyle perk, sorry. And I feel as though we should. We've got high learning, so it shouldn't be too difficult for us. I mean, we've got high learning. It's 43. It's insane. And we are an astute intellectual with some absolute insane buffs. Insane buffs. And always remember, guys, to look at how much money you've got and what you can invest in. So, I've got another event here. My wife has made her way into my life with sweet words and sweeter touches. Late at night, I struggle to keep her off my mind. The feeling smouldering between us will soon either burst into flames or die out. I want to dwell forever in the Inferno, so she might become my lover, and you lay with her. You lay with her anyway. How sweet but no, ends her scheme to seduce me, or no one will seduce me. Dwell in the Inferno. As my wife draws close, I do not know whether to tear the clothes from her body or punch the brash smile of her face. I kiss her a challenge, and she drags me closer, a fitting riposte. The warring feelings in my chest are echoed by our bodies. We spend the night delivering both insult and bliss unto each other. This moment of weakness is better off forgotten. Okay, so she didn't manage to seduce me, but they ended up laying together. So there you go. So, am I paused? Am I unpaused? Hello again. Unpaused, paused, unpaused, paused. There we go. Right. So, like I say, when you're not doing much, you're waiting for things to happen. That sort of stuff happens from time to time in grand strategy games. Don't be put off. You need to spend time developing your country. If you don't develop your country, then you're not going to go anywhere. You might have a ton of land and just constantly conquering, but eventually you won't have any men to recruit. So that's always a big thing. So we can upgrade 3 different buildings here. So we can upgrade the crop fields, hamlets. So they go from 0.5 tax a month to 0.8 tax a month, plus an extra 1% from holding taxes in that specific province, okay? We can upgrade pastures to level 2. From pastures, which just gives you 0.2 a month gold and 50 levies, to 75 levies, so an extra 25. Double the amount of tax, as well as 500 supply limit in that specific holding again. Or we could choose to upgrade our duchy building, wasn't tower building here. So level 1 you get 0.2 taxes, 1 level 4 and 150 levy garrison. Level 2 gives you base. So we continue with this translation event. I'm having the notes for my translation of the Secret of Secrets read back to me. When I snap to with a sudden understanding, scribe add the following commentary. So unlike scriptures, this work posits that, so it may lead me down to a path of cynicalism. I gain 150 prestige. The translation quality will improve significantly. That has happened, and we get some experience for lifestyle. Or we could do as evident of God, as evident from the will of God. I do apologise. Zealousness, 100 piety. Now we do have a lot of piety. We could work. I think we'll do the will of God. That it fits our character rather well. Okay, so we've been invited to a feast from one of our vassals. Yeah, sure. We will go with you. A warm welcome. This better be worth my time. What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of this princess. Sorry. We spoke all evening about all manner of subjects, and as things would have it, it seems that we have a lot in common. I had such a good time with her, so we're about to become friends. That's cool. That is very cool. Feast at home. Ah, there's nothing like a feast. It reminds us all of what is good in life, and the company is not too bad either. At least those seated close to me seem to think so. You are something special, Domal. The mayor leans in to tell me. The prince and one of the counts. She is ugly AF. Lover's pox, and she's a giant. But she is a masterline. She's not as good as me, though. Okay, so I lose 28 stress because I'm an eager reveler. And everyone there gains 10 opinion of me. That's pretty cool. After extensive conversation over our delectable dishes, the Count expresses that she finds me most learned and wise, and that my utterances are always of inestimable worth to those less well read than I can't even read that, so that's absolutely hilarious. So she recognises true intellect, I see, so she gains 5 opinion of me for 10 years because I have impressive knowledge. So we'll take a look here. Appoint a new spy master. Sort by descending. And if you click this, so if I click this upwards, we'll see the worst at the top, but if you click it so the arrow's facing down, you'll see the best at the top. And the best is Prince Asin, who is my son. He's a flamboyant trickster, and we shall assign him that role. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to have to be it for today's episode. If you've enjoyed, please do drop a like down below. Please let me know if you enjoyed some of the tips and the explaining I did there for you guys. And I feel as though we've achieved everything on that list that me in about 10 minutes is going to say. So yeah, I appreciate it, guys. And like I say, this is going to be a newish format. Production time is probably going to go up quite substantially, but hopefully the quality you guys will enjoy. But yeah, guys, take it easy. See you in the next one. Bye bye.